killer.
A little heavier, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, it has a little more of a.
Production's a bit more raw too. I kind of just redlined everything.
Before we get back into all that, let me go ahead and say welcome back to Noise Avocation Podcast. I am Ryan and here with Jeremy.
What
and
up? What
we
up?
have Eleanor back on the show. Thanks for coming back on.
Thanks for having me. It's really nice to be back.
Yeah, we love you, dude. We're
It
happy
was
to talk
cool
to
to
you
be
again.
asked back on, yeah.
So the latest album, should have had the title handy. I did in my head 5 minutes ago, but we got Irrevocably Drubbed. Irrevocably beaten is what I wanted to say, but potato, same thing.
Yeah, the etymology of drubbed was a bit more kind of like what I was going for, I guess. But yeah, same thing. I think drubbing is more based in humiliation as like it started out as like a public shaming where they would fucking beat your feet as a method of torture.
And that's what drubbing is technically. That's where the
That's
term
how I
came
think
from.
that's where the term came
It's fucking
to
brutal,
start. The actual definition nowadays is just like an ultimate beat down. Like you've been overwhelmingly beaten. It's used a lot in sports. Um, it could, a kid getting beat up every day at school by a
Yeah.
bully could be like, they drubbed him every day or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It reminded me of a Dying Fetus song. Like that 100% sounded like it could be a Dying Fetus
for
song
sure.
title. Because they always have like cool little like analogies for words for like beating or shit like that.
Yeah, I'm like into the whole big words thing.
Yeah, you
It's
put
fun
thought
to,
behind actually what you're trying to say.
yeah, and there's always a more interesting word for something. You can always say something in a more interesting way if you spend the time to think about it. So I kind of leaned into the extreme metal trope of using obnoxiously big words and
Yeah, right.
kind of goofy, but had fun with it.
Yeah, like we said before we started, this one's definitely got a lot more groove and melody to it. And I think when we talked to you last time, you were saying that you were kind of going to toss in like more bolt thrower and that sort of thing into it, where it had a lot more melody and groove to it. And it suited well though. Like it had the elements of the first and like the foundation, and then like you added all that to it, and I loved it. I thought it was great.
Thank you. Yeah, I straight up like rip off some bolt thrower riffs, change a few notes and a couple patterns here and there and get the same kind of energy. So I'm not ashamed to admit it either.
Well, like you were saying about like your word usage, my favorite song is Stifled Glare. And just because I like how it's super marchy, like chuggy
That
chuggy.
would be the bolt thrower
and
riff
then
I'm
and
talking
then you
about
got like the finger fucking tapping and shit. It's it's cool, man. It's great. I love how it's like a well written, structured song. I mean, that's what makes them. That's why you're on the cover of fucking BANDCAMP, dude. Like, it's you know what you're doing, or you seem to.
I was listening to that on my way here.
Yeah, it's my favorite track, dude. Because it just like when I was waiting for you, I was like smoking and enjoying up and down the block listening to it, and I was like, man, I gotta like make sure people aren't staring at me all weird and shit, calling the yeah.
Lust Tag,
just headphones in.
Lust Tag is part of the downtown walking tours now. They got all these like tourist things going on downtown where they're giving tours of all the old buildings and shit, and then you got Jeremy out front smoking weed and headbanging to stuff.
I find my
listening to psychotic women screaming.
Yep. It's been the best parts of my life.
This is our local nutcase.
Oh, shit.
He comes outside 2 to 3 times a day.
What's that King of the Hill scene? Like Hank tries on the headphones and he's like, it's all toilet sounds.
Yeah. There's been some great internet material made just from that. So we also talked about how you were on the cover of BANDCAMP, and first off, congratulations on that. That was fucking really cool to see. And it wasn't just like a little tiny thing. I mean, you were like front and center, like smack on the cover. It was an interview with somebody, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an interview with Brad Sanders for the metal show.
Yeah.
I still don't really know what to like make of the whole thing. It was kind of
it's pretty.
That's always something I've hoped would happen eventually if I worked hard enough, and so it was really cool.
Now it's got to be like a sort of a dream come true thing for an independent artist because Bandcamp's typically the independent platform for a lot of.
Yeah, that's like the
so,
fucking spot. If you're an independent artist, that's
yeah.
like where you typically go to, I guess, unless you're maybe just getting into making music. You don't really understand that like there's such a market for physical music and for actually purchasing and owning the records that you like. So you see a lot of newer bands that are only on Spotify, but then I think, the real ones now.
I would be more happy with that than being on the cover of Apple Music, like, yeah, because a lot of that shit's like paid to promote type of thing.
I would not honestly be that stoked to be like front and center on Spotify. I'd be like,
yeah,
a little bit pissed off and
I don't even think that's
fuck
on
Spotify,
there.
Forever. Fuck Spotify forever.
This album's not even on Spotify, is it? I don't think it is.
No,
not yet.
I don't think so.
But
it will be.
I
when
know
I
it's
not
on Apple, but because I have it on Bandcamp and was playing it.
Oh, there it is. I'm just trying to get the split that you did with Genital Shame.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Erin Dawson.
That shit was cool. I got a copy of that, and I liked the like. There's like a pretty song in there that you did, like a slower jam. I'm trying to I fucking feel like an asshole because I can't remember the name of the song, but
I don't remember the name either. But it was just the intro to one of them.
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't expect it in that. Oh, everything ends into another loss. Yeah, that's fucking cool. It's almost like one whole song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to make it kind of that just like raw, stripped back type of black metal.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's sort of your MO anyway. So.
Yeah, I gotta look at the cover because there was Is there a
secret penis drawn somewhere?
No, I know there's a PP, but
the penis isn't secret.
Yeah, it's not secret. I don't know why I thought there was something, because it looks like a skull. Anyway,
I remember you talking about it when you got it.
And I was like,
there's a lot hidden in that painting that you can't really see.
Yeah, because it's
fucking
like
hell, I keep bumping the table. Sorry.
It's kind of like a skull in it. I don't know if that's
there's purpose. There's a shield that has a specific design on it. Like dead bodies in the front that are kind of hard to tell.
It's like the one time I don't, because I was gonna grab all of your records, but I was like, oh, Ryan will just, you'll put them on the thing when we make it. Now I'm like, I want to I spy with my little eye on that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can edit them in, but then you can't zoom in on them from there anyways. Yeah. So people are gonna be like, I can't fucking see it. So go buy it and then look at it yourself.
Yeah, dude, and it's cool. It's on bone, so if you're into the color vinyl, it's like. Bone is off-white for those who don't know.
Speaking of colored vinyl, so you had a mix-up at the pressing plant with the latest album, and
I did.
I talked to you about it a little bit. Did you have anybody that was bitching about it, or was it all good?
Thankfully, nobody seemed to be upset by it, and everyone kind of had the same attitude. Like we all kind of agreed it was cooler, so. Yeah, that worked out really well.
It was just like a reverse of what the color was supposed to be. They
just
they turned
the right colors
out.
in the wrong order.
Yeah. I thought it looked good, but I mean, ultimately, like 90% of people, I would say, that collect records that are gonna like actually play and want the music, they don't give a shit what it looks like as long as it's got the music on there and it wasn't like Seals and Crofts or something. Then they're gonna be happy that they got the record.
That's what I thought when you posted that. Like, shit. Oh, I'm sorry. It's like, who fucking cares, man? I don't care if it's fucking black. It's all good, you know?
And I'm hoping most people feel the same way, because I think, like, there's definitely some snobby record heads out there. But most of us, I think, are maybe not that pretentious about it. So
if they're people that are like that, I don't even fucking want to be around them anyway, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like kind of insufferable.
There are some color collectors out there that want like every single color of a particular album, and I get that to a certain degree, but like there are some records out there that have like 35 colors per album. I'm like, is it really worth buying like 30 times over again? Like,
well, a lot of people seem to think that they're gonna be able to resell on Discogs or.
And I mean, you might be able to, like with some stuff, but overall, like when you have something that's that oversaturated, like they're not, the green one's not going to technically really be worth much more than the red one or whatever. Like,
totally.
I've seen it where it has
tons of copies out there already.
Yep.
It's like, It's not like it's something that came out in like the 80s.
Yeah, I've seen it happen few and far between though. Like it doesn't. More often than not, it's either less or equal.
Oh, the variant.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, unless you did something that they're like when Sleep did that, like pot leaf pressed into the record and shit. Like they're like, oh, we only did like 900 worldwide or something, or I don't remember how many. It might have been 420. I don't know. That thing went crazy, like $1,200 or something.
Yeah.
And then you can
Well,
get the
it was
actual
probably like
album.
the first time it was reissued in a while too.
I think it was like
It was just Dope Smoker, right?
no, it wasn't.
Yeah,
Dope
like everybody's
Smoker, it
already
was
got
just
that
a
album, I
single.
bet.
It was just a single, I believe.
Oh, it
or
wasn't even
2 songs, maybe. I mean, granted, a single by Sleep could be fucking
No, I know.
40
but
minutes long, but
for some reason,
Yeah,
I thought it
Dope
was-
Smoker is a single.
yeah, Dope Smoker.
that's-
Unless you talk, the original version of it was not. It was
Jerusalem.
like separated.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, like the fucking $20-$30 version that you can get on Black is like
The same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, and I did a Black record this time too, because some people don't care about all that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I often buy
I thought
like
I'd go
Black is
simpler for the people who are just trying to get like a basic record.
sometimes it's cheaper too. I
Some
hate
people say
when
it
you
sounds
pay.
better.
That argument in today's day and age kind of seems invalid. I think at one point it probably did, but like now, like
I can't tell the difference.
I mean, I have a pretty good stereo. Jeremy has a pretty
I
good
agree.
stereo. Like I don't hear much difference too often. The only time I've heard is like when you might get like a weird plating process, or like some of those like picture discs obviously sound worse, or like I don't have any liquid filled records, but I know for a fact those sound worse. Just
Yeah.
they'd have to by the way they're
They're
plated.
so thin.
Yeah,
It's just how
and
everything's
it's just
processed
weird.
is the same way now. So I mean, like
But I mean,
Totally.
the black PVC that it's made out of is the same as the colored PVC. As long as there are certain colors that have a different melting temp though. So as long as everything's pressed how it should be, then it should sound pretty much the same. But I do see people arguing that sometimes, like on Instagram
Yeah.
and shit. You'll get like the one guy that's like, "Don't buy colored, like it sounds like shit," and I'm like, "It doesn't though. Like it really." I've seen plenty of colored records that sound great. I've seen black records that sound like shit. So
I don't know,
like, where's
I-
the line?
That's what
comes
I'm
to
saying.
that,
I've
it's
got
like-
a couple pressings that just sound like absolute dog shit, and
Yeah,
they're
you
pressed
just
on
go
black
by your
vinyl. It
ear,
doesn't make a
man.
difference.
right.
Exactly.
Go by your ear.
It's just the pressing is what matters.
Yep. Or like even when people like you might like a pressing, and I'm like that sounds like shit, you know. Very rarely would that happen, but it could.
Yeah, and yeah,
Just
yeah,
how we hear it.
You might think it's amazing,
Right.
but yeah, I don't know. Everybody's different on that.
Every turntable is different.
That
yeah.
too.
There's you're right. There's so many factors.
Plus the room,
Like-
etc.
Yep.
All right. For example, your record. When I got it, I put it on I have 2 turntables I primarily use, and I put it on my Technics, which I recently put a new fucking cartridge on, and and I'm like, man, it's kind of a little noisy, and I thought,
Yeah,
oh,
it is a little noisy.
right, and then I put it on my project turntable, and it cut a lot of it out though. It's just
Oh,
it
really?
was a lot quieter, yeah. But that's like
Yeah,
a
it's a noisy
belt-driven
pressing, like
versus a fucking motored turntable, but no, it sounds good.
I
It's
think
black
it-
metal. It's not supposed to
Yeah,
sound
I was gonna say it's not supposed to
like-
be detailed.
right.
That goes
I
to
listened to it
our.
on a few different turntables, and I decided that it was a bit noisier than maybe I would have wanted, but it wasn't too much that I wanted to wait another 6 months to have it all remastered,
Right.
repressed, and everything. Like I thought it sounded sick,
I think
so I
it sounds
figured like
sick.
if I as the artist think it sounds sick, then like hopefully everybody else will. I don't know.
Yeah. Plus, at the end of the
Sorry
day,
if
I
I
mean,
let you down.
as long as you're happy with it,
Yep.
that's really like what you're the one that has your name on it and has to live with it.
Yeah.
So like,
No, I gave you
Fuck
the
with it,
product that
yeah.
I wanted you to have, you know? So it's like I can know in my heart that what I'm selling is something that I'm happy with. Whether people have issues with it or, you know, nitpick little factors of different pressings and stuff, like that's fine. That's up to them. But ultimately, you're getting what the artist intended.
Right.
so for the album, did you do? I mean, normally you do everything, but did you do like the mixing, the mastering, etc., all that stuff, or did that get sent out somewhere?
I did it myself.
Okay.
But I think if I would have been like upset with the pressing and really wanted to get it redone, I would have just had someone else do it for me because I was going crazy.
So just out of curiosity, like when after you mixed, mastered, listened to it, and you were like, okay, this is what I want to send out, how much difference is there between the record and what you originally heard?
Well, the record is just a bit noisier than any of the other formats, I think. The CDs sound perfect. I don't know how the tapes are going to sound, but I've seen some videos of people playing them, and it sounds like you can hear everything. And I don't know, in my mind, a little extra noise never hurt a black metal album, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's
I'm
not
kind of
gonna.
happy with that. I kind of like the nuance between what format you listen on and how it may affect how it sounds.
And that's what makes buying all of them fucking cool, you know? That's like in the trifecta and comparing
And I
them.
mean, they're not like too different, you know? None of them sound like shit. None of them
Yeah,
sound
you
like
Right.
gotta be like
trash or
a
anything.
nerd
Like,
and fucking hear the differences. It's fun, man.
No, I was just
yeah,
curious,
exactly.
like when
That's what I'm
you're
hoping at least.
when you're at the end and like you got it in your headphones and you're like, okay, this is what I want to send out, and then when you heard the record, like it wasn't drastic, it was just a little noisier.
No, no.
Okay,
I noticed at parts there was a bit of maybe, yeah, just noise. I don't know how else to describe it, but
that's probably
I
just how
liked
it was
how it
cut,
affected it,
really.
and it was kind of adding some texture to the sound that maybe wasn't there on the other formats. So
Yeah,
it
the
was
mood I
it was
gather from this one
interesting.
is definitely like you can tell that you cranked everything and were just like pissed and just fucking tore through it. Like that's the feeling I get when I it's like
I tried to, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I tried to take that attitude into the like production itself. I wanted it to sound claustrophobic and um the overall mix sounds quiet because there's just so much noise and so much conflicting frequency that I didn't really worry about cutting out. I tried to mix it just old school style, so
and I that yeah, it shines through definitely and with the like
thank
that
you.
there's a lot of tension in that record and I like the you do it on a few songs where you're like and I love those old fucking things. They're so funny. Yeah, this shit's fucking great to me. Or you know, it's kind of
Just
like
straight up
yeah,
ripping Tom
just a
P. Warrior.
fucking anyway.
I think when we talked last, you were already working on this, if I remember right.
I might have started it, yeah.
Yeah, because I
I would
remember.
have had track one, the title track, Irrevocably Drubbed, I think was the only thing I had tracked guitars for at that point. And then I re-recorded everything. I decided I hated the guitar tone.
What didn't
So
you like about? I mean, was there a? Did you use a different guitar, or what did you change?
I changed a pedal.
Okay,
Um,
you don't have to
I'm
tell me any
using,
secrets. I was just wondering.
no, it's a HM2.
Oh, see, there you go.
It's just a
Boom.
straight up basic chainsaw tone, but it's a clone of an HM2 made by a guy in
Oh,
Seattle.
okay,
And it's only got one button, so you turn it on and it's just maxed.
gotcha.
And so that made things easier. I didn't have to worry about making sure everything was set right before it
It's just
started. Because
dimed
you might
out.
bump it
Fucking
with the foot up.
boom.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
sick.
Every knob, dime.
It's got the Spinal Tap
Yeah,
special.
fuck
These
yeah,
are set
dude.
to 11.
Yep, for sure.
Straight into the box. Ran it through a Fender Bassman clone amp. So it's not a real amp. It's all digital, but it is
That's what's like
based on a
really
real amp. You
impressive
know, I didn't.
of the
Yeah,
whole thing, though. Is like even when I listen to the drums, and I know that they're not real drums, they sound pretty fucking good, though. You know what I'm saying? Like even in the like the little fills, and I'm like I try to tell 'em, you know, I'm like trying my mind like they're fucking. It's digital, but you can still see I can see the drummer doing the rolls. You know what I'm saying? Or hitting the
yeah.
hi hats or the fucking ride. I mean, you know, I don't know.
Hey, that stuff's come a long way
Yeah,
from what it used to
fuck
be.
yeah, dude, a long way.
I do play it. I actually like.
Yeah, you finger it.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
finger in the drums.
No pun
Uh,
intended.
the tippity tap, you know,
Tippity tap,
instead
yeah.
of like, I don't click it into the grid or anything. I feel like you can't really get like a natural
Yeah.
sounding
I feel like the
beat
rhythm would
if you're
be
not
kind of thrown
playing it like a
off.
real drummer would.
Yeah.
And I leave stuff off the grid. It sounds sloppy. Some of those fills sound like shit, and I just left them because like I liked how it sounded.
All mixed in there. Yeah, I'm like a hobbyist, if you will, of the hitting the pads and like that shit's so much fun. Like I don't know why like I don't know how people just grid it. they're like, "Oh, that sounds good." I'm like, "Where's the fun in that, dude?" You know? And like you said,
Yeah, I've got to play
you
it.
got to
I've
be
got to
like, "Oh,
feel
yeah."
what I'm like.
You might have to
It's got to
fucking teach
feel
me
like
a
it
few
belongs
things
over the
because I
riff.
can only do like I'm like at the Beatles level, you know.
The Beatles level.
Anyway, it's a good time though. Keeps me out of trouble. Another hobby. But that that's what my old lady's always like. All I hear is
Pads tapping.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
like when they say like an
it's like when they
electronic
post
drum
videos
set
of-
is like, oh, this is quieter, but then they're like, there's a guy like going fucking ham on like a bunch of pads in the other room.
Yep.
Like Cole, like he's got an electronic drum
Yeah,
set,
yeah.
and I've heard like, you know, I'm like, dude, you should just get an amp so you can at least hear the sounds that you're playing,
Yeah.
to where it's not just coming through headphones, so everybody else around you isn't like, what the fuck is going on in that other room?
Shout out to Cole. You're supposed to get a hold of me with that little amp and that drum machine.
Oh, he was talking to me about that. He wants to get an actual drum set for that because he wants to leave it at Dave's house.
Funny how you
Yeah,
know more
Cole.
about what's going on than I do, but
I see
cool.
him like every other day. So
Just how it is. It's like our homeboy Cole. We're gonna
start a garage band.
I don't know. Anyway, we're not here to talk about
Cool.
some
Guitar
weird
Hero rock
shit. It'd
band.
be like a bar band with
Who's
dudes who
who's
don't
playing
drink.
guitar though?
Oh, I would be.
Oh, I'm not
You're on
involved.
guitar.
Oh yeah.
I'm just the A&R.
You're
I
not
guess.
involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just like I'm.
I'm only involved in the sense that I know Cole
And
and
I
I see him probably more often than Jeremy gets to, just because we go to the gym together. So.
And I'm like,
Jeremy,
I'm not.
would you do vocals too, or just guitar?
No, our deaf friend Dave is gonna do the vocals. So, which
Fuck
we
yeah.
actually already had a jam with him like years and years ago, and it was a lot of fun. I'm not putting any money into it at all. Like I literally have an Anthrax amp running through like a little 15-watt piece of shit running through a crate that I got from here just for the effects because the speaker doesn't work. So I'm running that into that. So I have like some fucking crunch and shit. It's so awesome, dude. Yeah, that's what they're getting. Mic that, call it good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So outside of the War Machine project,
Yep.
I don't know what you're calling it, but I got the perfect album cover for Dave.
Apparently Cole has a name already. I'm like, whatever, dude.
Oh, Cole does have a name. It's something Mobb Deep related. I can't remember what the fuck it was though.
Oh, badass.
No, when we were kids, he told me that he had a name for a band, which I still remember, which I still think is fucking badass. Grandma's Mustache.
No, that's not it.
Isn't that like the perfect like fucking punk rock band name, Grandma's Mustache? I would have made millions in '95.
It's like Halfway Crooks or something like that. It's something Mobb Deep related. I gotta remember what it is. Like it'll click to me after the word off, and it doesn't. It was a cool name though. So, anyways, back to your record. The album, the album artwork. Did you? I don't remember if we talked.
You did
before.
it, didn't you?
You did it.
I did it.
Yeah, hammer smash, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I painted it.
Definitely reminded me of Hammer Smashed Face, obviously. I mean, it is a Hammer Smashed Face.
I love that the eyeball is like just
popping out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I got one of those patches, and those turned out really cool because it's like raised up a little bit. Sick.
I don't know how they did that, but
no, those turned out
yeah,
sick.
you just like send in a picture and then they make the patches for you.
They embossed it a little bit.
Yeah, I have to bring it in. I
I'm
just recently acquired some apparel to patch up.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at a picture of it right now, right next to the booty shorts.
Listen to this bullshit. So like, I was standing in line, and this woman that works at the Goodwill store here, she's like the manager or whatever. She's just talking blah blah blah, and I'm like, hey man, do you have any like vests and shit that come in? And she's like, we have to send it all to corporate, any denim, and just goes down the list. And I'm like, really? Like, it's just so fucking crooked, you know what I mean? I know Goodwill's like a straight up corporation business, but like, you can't even go in there to grab like a fucking $5-10 whatever to like patch up anymore. It's fucking shitty world, dude.
No, because they know what they've got.
Sucks. So, how's rocking fucking Rudy's?
It's good.
Doing good out there.
Getting a lot of records in. People have been buying my CD there, which is cool.
Is it
I don't
like,
know.
are they like, oh, what's up? Can we fucking get you to sign this autograph? Like that kind of shit? Is it pretty cool or what?
Sometimes that
Man, that's
happens.
fucking
Sorry, I
wild,
was
dude.
plane going by. Yeah, every now and then someone will be like, since I'm buying it from you, can you sign it real quick? I'm like, I bought silver like metallic Sharpies
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that I could actually sign it this time because it's all black. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. There's this one guy in Mexico City that buys everything I put out and he wants all of them signed. I think he owns every single thing I've released.
That's sick. I know I'm missing some things. So he's up on my shit, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's got signed copies of everything.
That is nuts.
It's always
He
weird
hit me up
signing an
like
autograph. We've
he
done like
found out
2.
the album was coming out and got a hold of me to be like, can I make sure that I get a few copies? Like, will you set one aside for me? I want to get
Yeah.
signed copies of everything. And I was like, for you, sure, yeah.
Yeah,
You've
that's
already gotten every single thing I've put out. Like, I'll definitely do that.
shout out to that dude. Mexico City.
Fernando.
Fernando.
Fernando. See, like that's the cool thing about being an independent artist, though, is like you get people that like that guy in particular is worth like 1,000 of the people that just like play one of your songs. Like that guy's gonna support your
Hmm.
shit like wholeheartedly.
I'm super grateful to have a fan base that's like interested in actually buying the shit that I put out.
Yeah, and it's like, up to this point, like it's just you want more and more, you know what I'm saying? Like what's this, like 40 minutes? It just flew by, this record. It did it, you
Well,
know?
thank you.
And so again, leaves you
I'm
wanting
glad. I hope
more.
that means it wasn't boring,
No, not at all.
you know?
Over 40 minutes.
What is it?
It just says over 40
Oh, okay.
minutes.
I was like, yeah, something like
It's
that.
like 43 and
Yeah,
some
yeah.
change.
Okay. But yeah, no, dude, for real. It's good. It's a jammer for real. Fucking banger. I know people
Thank
are
you.
already talking like, album of the year and shit.
stuff, yeah.
And
I seen a few lists
Oh my
last
gosh.
year that had the other album on there.
Yep.
Because I remember, like, you see that on Instagram, like, people posting their favorites of the year and whatnot. And I love that because it gives me a chance to be like, oh, cool, I missed that and that and that. I'm going to check out
Same.
those. Because you can't catch everything. So,
fuck no.
No.
but yeah, I seen, like, a lot of people that I follow had the self-titled album on there. And I was like, oh, shit, that's fucking awesome. Like, because you didn't see it posted up until then, or you don't always see what gets posted on Instagram. You could follow 3,000 people, you only see 30 of them. So
Totally.
Fucking algorithm.
Yeah, I hate it.
I'm sure that this album will hit favorites of the year, and when we do our wrap up, it'll probably be involved in there. Because this year, it's been sort of lacking so far. Like I can count on like one hand all like. Normally I got a list that I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to narrow this down by the end of the year. But this year it's been like, oh cool, I can add this, and all right, I can add this. Oh, I got 5.
See,
It's just
I
been
kind of feel the
slow.
same way this year.
I feel like there's a lot of the same shit coming out. I think a lot of regurgitation.
I also think it depends on what genre you're digging into.
That too.
Because for you, like hardcore stuff, there's been a bunch of shit that's come out.
True.
For me, like a lot of that stuff hasn't done it for me. There's been a few that are great, but like the new Bad Beat's awesome.
Fuck yeah, it is.
But there's been a lot of stuff that I hear that I'm like, yeah, I can see how it's dope, but like I'm not gonna go out and repeatedly listen to it. Like there's no replayability to certain shit, and that goes I'm not just saying hardcore. I'm saying like a lot of the stuff that I hear, I've heard it before, or you're like, it sounds like this. Like people were ranting and raving about Cradle of Filth's new record, and I'm like, it sounds like a Cradle of Filth record. I don't see like how you guys are like, this is their top 5 best albums they've ever done. I'm like, did you listen to the other albums or anything? Because this is nothing new here.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that one.
It's Cradle of Filth. I mean, if you listen to the band, you know what you're gonna get. Overall, they haven't really varied too much. Like, I don't know, it just didn't blow me away like some people were saying. And I've heard like a bunch of other shit, like some other independent metal bands that I cannot for the life of me think of the name of right now, that There's like some folk metal album that I see circulating around lately that I'm like, this sounds awful. Like the electronic like folk instruments that they put in there sound like noticeably fake. Like if you're gonna throw a harp and like a fucking like penny whistle in your shit, like make it sound authentic. Like don't make it sound digitized. Like,
Sounds like a Casio.
Like I feel like I'm playing like Sega or something. What were you gonna say?
Oh, we're just talking about music coming out. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. It's like it seems like there hasn't been a lot of big albums. It's just a lot of it's like the people are only releasing like 2 songs, 4 songs, 2 songs, 4 songs. I see that a lot too, where it's like you don't get a nice like full length like you put out, like where you have like a whole fucking story from front to back. It seems like shit is starting and already has swayed to like we're just gonna put out fucking little bangers, yeah, clicky pieces. You know what I mean? And then you don't have like that overall, like I'm gonna, make the record like a canvas and paint my picture, whatever, tell my story, however, whatever analogy you want to use. I feel like.
Yeah, like this record didn't like there was one interlude that had. That was a minute 45. But other than that, you got every single track's at least 3 minutes long, with some being 8 minutes long. Like I love a good long song. Like I don't like punk music's one thing. Like you got them like minute and a half, like quick, like great fucking songs. But when it comes to like metal, black metal, etc., like I want to hear like a long fucking
it depends
like,
on genre for length,
song.
definitely.
I'm sick of that short attention span shit.
Yeah, I try to write albums as like a full album.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe why some of my fans are like so into the physicals, is because everyone's like album listening type of people.
No, it's for sure. And like with
so
like
many
you were
people
saying,
just listen to songs. I forget about that. I forget like
that it's just they're just skip.
Playlists and got to get the right
yeah.
song for the right moment or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll
See,
throw
like
an album off.
when somebody asks like your favorite songs and stuff, I'm always like, no, I'm an album person. Like I can do it by albums, but songs is tough for me. Like I guess depending on the day, I could pick out a few songs or whatever, but like overall, like if I'm gonna listen to somebody, I'm gonna play track 1 through track whatever it ends at. Like I don't want to hear just one song. I want to hear what else they have to offer.
I have my favorite songs, but I definitely know what you're saying. Like, it's like I don't know what this just popped in my head, but if this is really bad, but I don't want to hear, like, if I hear Cisco's Thong Song, I want to and buy Cisco's album. I'm not hearing more Thong songs or anything similar. It's like all not that, I feel ripped off. Sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never listened to that whole album.
Well, neither have I, but I'm just saying, like, it's. I get what you're saying.
Hard pressed to find somebody that has.
I get what you mean, though. And the attention spans, like you said, man, it's just getting so much worse when it comes to that shit. So bad.
Yeah, that's why I like how your writing is. Like, you actually have, like, kind of a story that you want to go through. Like, the first album was its own story. This album has sort of a theme to it. And, like, I appreciate that stuff. Like, it's nice to see artists actually, like, put forth that effort rather than just, like, we're going to get this so people can chant along with it. Like, that's cool and all, but, I mean, there has to be both sides of the fence there.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that it works as a whole project, like as a full album, because I'd be kind of bummed if I tried to write a whole album and it was just like boring, or like people only really liked one track off it or something like that. That would suck.
No, fuck, not at all.
I mean, the shit stands out too, to where it's not, you don't hear it and you're like, oh, wow, I'm on track 5 already. I thought I just started the first song. Like, you can differentiate between each track.
Or to have, like, a main riff I go back to on each song, I think. Maybe that helps.
Oh, that's the structuring. That's what I meant, like, in that 4th track, in that Stifled Glare. Like, everything is full circle in that. It's, like, traditionally written, but it's just in your face, fast and pissed, And I like. And
yeah,
like
you always got to bring it back home. When you got a good riff like that, you got to like
it's
bring it back at some point, I never know what my albums are gonna sound like until they're done.
Now,
And
yeah,
I
like
don't
you had
have
one,
like,
you just do it. You did like the first track was already done,
yeah.
and then you went. Then how did you process go to the second one, then the third and the fourth?
Second one, I just made another. I wanted to do a shorter song that was more simple, so I recorded what ended up being track 3 on the album. I forget the name of it already. Righteous Deception. And that is just basically like back and forth between 2 different parts. There's like the tremolo picking and then the dun, 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 dun.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that was like the process. And from there, I was like, I'm gonna try to do something slower and sludgier.
And those are kind of like the only parameters you kind of give
Yeah,
yourself. No, I mean that's fair, man. I mean that's the way to do it because it leaves you that
like we've
freedom.
got these fast songs. Now I need like a heavy song.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then like, okay, we've gotten to the end of the album, and I don't have, some almost grindy death metal-y type of song. Like, so I'll do that real quick. It's just like whatever I feel like I can add to the sound that I'm already working with that would work
It's just
like
crazy how,
cohesively,
like you just said it, like how all that it sounds like you just already like just it was already in your head like that, and you just were like, all right, here I go, and I'm gonna write it, and just and then here's the record, which obviously isn't how that works, but it sounds like it did. It
I feel like once you kind of have, like you said, the parameters, like once you kind of have what you want to work within, then it can kind of flow together.
Yeah, you can get your groove going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you can make a fast, heavy song, but I've heard like songs that are out there, like Obituary does it very well, like where like they'll slow shit way down and it is crazy heavy, like, and I love that type of stuff.
Yeah, same.
I mean, Sleep's good at it too, but Obituary, like, obviously is more on the death metal side of things, but like,
It just came through too.
I've seen them play a couple times, and when they just will improvise shit live and just jam out like however and kind of mix different songs together, and they slow it like way, way, way down, and you're like, wow, this is just fucking heavy, like
Jug.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. I do that.
I'm a sucker for a breakdown.
Yeah, with the try to do them as slow as you can, and have the drums like echoing forever, and then you hit the snare. That's a good time too.
My phone's going all nuts.
Oh, I got you. So, what's your plans for the fucking Memorial Day weekend of whatever?
Nothing.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Those are my plans too. Those are good plans.
I think I work shorter hours on Memorial Day, so that'll be cool.
Oh, that's what's up.
We're closed on Memorial Day. We've tried to stay open, and like a lot of times we get like 2 random people that come in that are like, oh, you got any fucking Joe Cocker CDs? I'm like, fuck off, dude. You really made me come in for this today.
I just work at such a tourist hotspot.
Right.
And people probably are coming here like from out of town for Memorial Day weekend. And of course, when you bring someone to Missoula, you have to take them to the tourist shop. Yep. Everybody wants to go there or whatever. And we've got our regulars and stuff, but that's mainly kind of back just in my section in the music department.
Tourists head to Missoula to see the local attraction of Lust Hag.
Yep. Signed copies in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's right. Your store is kind of like a mixture of a few different stores like put together.
It's a huge store.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember you saying that. And we're in a touristy area too, but I don't quite know that tourist season has kicked off yet. Our weather's been like way colder than it should be.
Yeah, people are posting like pictures of their campers and shit, and they're like, it doesn't look like summer, but woo! And it's like fucking snowing. It's not snowing, but it's like rain and dreary and
far off.
There is like, their campers all in like soft, wet mud and shit.
But before we go off on rambling about just bullshit and whatever,
can I edit that out?
No, I'll edit out any nonsense in here. So we're gonna put this out on Monday. just as kind of like a fun little update with you. So, one, we appreciate you jumping back on and sitting here talking with us for a little bit. And
Yeah,
it's cool
thank you for having me.
cool to catch up with you. I know we kind of all bullshit back and forth on Instagram as it is, anyways. But
Which I appreciate. Yeah.
Yeah, you crack me up sometimes, dude.
yeah, I was happy to see you post Organized Confusion the other day.
Yeah.
That is a
Oh,
group
fuck
that
yeah.
I do not think gets nearly enough credit outside of like
No,
people who
super
really dig
underrated.
into hip hop. But one of my favorites of all time, Pharaoh Monch, for sure. But anyway, we'll let you get going, and congrats on the wedding again. Happy to
you.
see that, and thank you for coming back on and talking with us. And we'll definitely stay in touch and be talking with you again soon, I'm sure. And we look forward to all of your projects upcoming and any Lust Hag stuff that you have upcoming as well.
Yeah, dude, if you want to like promote some shit, hit us up.
Okay.
Just,
For
yeah,
sure.
if there's
even
ever
if it's like a
stuff that
5-minute
you're
fucking get my shit, you know, or fuck you, whatever, man, hit us up.
I definitely will.
cool.
For sure.
Well, you
Yeah,
have
it's been great catching up with you guys.
Yeah, anytime. We're happy to do it. Like we said, we're big fans of you. So even if you want to just jump on and bullshit for 5 minutes to make a quick reel or two out of, we're always down to do it. Just hit us up anytime.
Right on.
But anyway, you have a good weekend.
I gotta pee really fucking bad, so
I was going to say, you're doing
peace
well
out.
for 55 minutes.
Damn, has it been that long?
Something like that, yeah. With a little bit of
shit.
with a little bit of nonsense in the beginning that'll get cut out, but yeah.
No, I was doing
All
good.
right. Well,
But all right, you have a good weekend. We'll talk with you soon. Thanks again.
yeah. Thanks for having me. Great talking with you. I will be annoying you on Instagram as always.
All right,
Cool.
later, dude.
See you later.